The Paducah Gaseous Diffusion Plant brought tons of jobs, tons of income to our area. Everybody worked at the plant. They moved their families here. They were great paying jobs.
There was only 2 jobs in this whole region that paid anything, and that was the atomic plant or it was a railroad. Everything we had was dependent on that.
It was a godsend. We had pinch pennies. We got out of the military. We were still pinching pennies, and by that time I was pregnant with our second child.
I went from $1.85 to $3.55 starting out, and we could afford hamburger meat then.
The plant was developed to enrich uranium for fuel rods.
I mean, you didn't know a whole lot about the problems that it could cause, and people that had been there forever, they said, oh, you don't have to worry about this stuff. Said, you can eat it. It won't hurt you.
Early, I wasn't worried about my health much, but I got into hazardous materials response, and that's when I found out all the different hazards that were out there, not just the uranium hexafluoride, but just about everything out there was dangerous in some way.
This is a generation that worked hard. They went to work their whole life. They provided for their family. They didn't ask for help. They still don't want to ask for help. And a lot of them feel like there's nothing wrong with them. They're healthy. They're doing fine. You hear that a lot, I'm fine. But they may have chronic conditions that they've lived with that are getting progressively worse.
We got to testing and doing lung tests and found out that the chemicals that I was exposed to at the plant were responsible for the lung problems that I'm having. And one of the guys at the pulmonologist said, you worked at the plant, didn't you? And I said, yeah. He said, you know, there's some people that will help you with this.
I, too, worked at the Paducah Gaseous Diffusion Plant. I worked there for about 19 years and grew up in this community, like right beside the plant. So I knew everybody that works there. I still know everybody that works there. But now I actually get to help them. And I get to help them get these medical benefits and other care. The program, it's the Energy Employees Occupational Illness Compensation Program Act. It's a Department of Labor program, and you do have to qualify to get into the program, but it helps current and former workers pay for their medical benefits.
When a patient comes on services with us, we provide home health aid as well as nursing services. The majority of our home health aides are actually family member caregivers, which is such a huge benefit of this program. You know, when people come to us before they're admitted, a lot of times their family's already taking care of them.
Evelyn, my wife, is my home health aide, and she takes over where Leslie can't be here all the time.
And I was all for it because I had retired. I worked part-time. I was self-employed. I had no pension. I had no benefits. And this is like an extra job for me that I would be doing anyway.
They set me up as a home health assistant for Becky, and that allowed me a little bit of the financial part of it so that I could go ahead and fully retire and be here with her.
One of the things that we're good at UEW is giving impeccable home care.
You get to go into their home, you get to see what they really need, you get to listen to them, you get to spend the time with them and get to know them like family. That's how a lot of them consider us and how I think myself and a lot of the other nurses consider them.
Being able to keep your family members at home when they're sick it's amazing. Having a nurse come to them up to 24-hour care. They have family members around them.
We're happy. That's what it means, happiness and well-being, and knowing that your needs are going to be met if you need it.
I am able to provide the care for Miss Lee that I've always wanted to provide.
And I love her to death.
These ladies that take care of me are doing an excellent job. I told somebody yesterday I've been waited on more than I ever have been in my life. You couldn't go to a 5-star restaurant and get better service than I'm getting here.
I was having trouble getting up one day, and Hillary was out here, and she said, you need a lift chair. I thought, yeah, I probably do, but I don't think I'll get one. It wasn't too long, but here come me a lift chair.
Case managers especially will help with medical equipment that the patient needs. They help the patient understand their medications. We truly care about them as a whole person. It's not just about their physical health, it's also about their mental and emotional health. And we truly like to invite you into our family and treat you as our own.
I'm very thankful for this program because there's some wonderful people
that's helped me tremendously. My case manager, she goes to the doctors with me, and she understands what they're saying when I don't.
You're getting so much information from so many different places that our nurses and case managers really work to tie all that together for them and help improve their quality of life.
I feel very blessed to have the two caseworkers I have. They're very good. They're caring. You know, it's not just a job. It's a calling.
My life is better. Miss Lee tells me all the time that her life is so much better to be able to have somebody that she can depend on and rely on, and someone that comes in and treats her like family. Sitting there drinking coffee in the mornings and having breakfast and reading the paper together, it sums it up that both of our lives are so much better because we're connected through United Energy Workers.
Don't put it off. You know, you got a chance, you know, for super help that you're not going to find anywhere else. It's one of the best things that has happened to me.